Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. And in today's video, we are diving into one of the most important concepts in programming: functions. Functions help us break our code into smaller, manageable parts, making it easier to understand, reuse, and debug. In this video, I will walk you through different examples of function in C++ in a simple way. So let's get started. So let's begin with the basic idea of function. A function is like a small machine that performs a specific task. We give it some input, it does something with that input, and then gives us an output. In C++, we usually define a function using a return type, a name, and parentheses that may contain parameter. Here is our first example. In this slide, we have a function called cube that takes an integer and returns its cube. So if you enter 3, it gives you 27. Inside main parenthesis, there is a loop asking for numbers, and every time you type something, the function cube that number gets called to calculate the cube. Simple and super handy. Next up is a function with two arguments because sometimes one number just isn't enough. Here is the max function. The little genius check which of the two number is bigger. If uses the ternary operator, which is like a coding version of who's the boss here. And inside main parentheses, we feed it two numbers and it tell us the winner. Now let's jump into the world of factorials. You have probably heard of them in math class and no, they are not terrifying. They are just product of descending numbers. Here is the code. If you call fact parenthesis 5, the function returns 120. It multiplies 5 multiplied by 4, multiplied by 3, multiplied by 2, and multiplied by 1, like a polite domino chain. And yes, if you enter a negative number, the function says nope, the and ends the program. Dramatic exit. Let's start it further and calculate permutation using the factorial function, because who doesn't want to count how many ways they can arrange their Pokemon cards? Isn't it? You enter two numbers and the function gives you how many different ways you can arrange R items from N. Handy for party planning or baby password cracking? Just kidding, don't. Now let's turn our GPA calculator. The function takes your marks and return your grade point. So if you have been scoring high, prepare for a confidence boost. So if you got 85 in your exam, you get a 4 GPA. Boom. Dean's list. Here we come. Let's now talk about pass by value versus pass by reference. This is like giving someone a copy of your secret recipe versus giving them the actual original. If you pass by value, the original stays safe. If you pass by reference, well, they can change the original. So here x is a copy and changes inside the function do not affect the original. But y is passed by reference, so when it's changed inside the function, the change sticks. It's like getting a tattoo. You can't undo it easily. Want to see a real life example of reference? Check out this classic swap function. This swaps two numbers like magic. Just say swap A to B and poof. that change the place. If only we could swap Mondays with Fridays like that. Sometimes we want to return more than one value from a function, like when you ask someone for a coffee and a donut. Here's how you do that. We pass a variable by reference. So when the function runs, it updates the both area and circumference. Double the output, double the fun. Want to access both local and global variable with the same name? Check this out. You will notice that X, that's the scope resolution operator. It politely say, hey, give me the global one please. You can also use default arguments in function. It's like ordering pizza without specifying a topping. Default will be used. Called repcar parentheses with no arguments, you get 45 stars. Feeling spicy? Use repcar parentheses plus and then comma 30 and get 30 pluses. Let's look at inline function. These are functions where the code is directly inserted instead of making a full call. It saves time and gives you a code a bit of a speed boost. Give it your weight in pounds and boom, it returns in kilogram. Handy for those international fitness goals. And yes, function overloading is a thing, like having multiple friends named Alex who respond based on context. If you pass integers, it uses the int version. If you pass floats, it uses the float version. Smart, right? Now, for the star of the show, recursion, a function calling itself. Sounds weird, but it's an awesome when done right. So, factorial parenthesis 5 become 5 multiplied by 4, multiplied by 3, multiplied by 2, and then multiplied by 1. It keeps calling itself until it hits 1, then climbs back up the ladder with the result. And that's wrap up for our function fiesta. Whether it's recursion, overloading, or reference passing function are the backbone of clean and clever code. So now we will create a blinking LED circuit using Arduino Uno on wokwi. So first we will visit the wokwi.com and create a new Arduino Uno project. From the toolbar, we will drag in an LED and a resistor. Then connect the anode of the LED to pin 13 and the cathode to ground through 220 ohm resistor. Now we will write a simple code to blink the LED every second. So first we will initialize the digital pin LED built in as an output, and then we use the void loop to run the program over and over again forever. So the digital right LED built in high mean that the LED will be turned to the high voltage level, and the low mean that it is turned into the low energy low voltage level. At the delay 1000 mean it will wait for a second. After writing the code, click start simulation and you go. The LED blinks on and off every second. This video made function a bit more fun and a lot clearer. Hit that like button, subscribe and turn on the bell icon for more beginner friendly programming tutorial. Thanks for watching and I will see you in the next video. Until then, keep coding and stay curious. Goodbye.